We are up at the crack of dawn this morning. It's 6:15 and we are heading back up to Gosh for his 2-weekly consultation with his consultant and also his research drugs. So I'm just making up his medicines, and we are hoping to be on the road by 7, because last time we left at 7:30 and we ended up hitting huge traffic. So yeah, a little bit apprehensive as always going back to Gosh, but the sooner we get out there, hopefully the sooner we can come home and escape another night in a hospital. So fingers crossed, but we're going to take you with us.
Welcome back to our channel, Life with the Bridges. For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. In September 2021, we found our dreams had come true. We were expecting a new addition to the Bridge family. We spent the next 9 months, like any normal parents would, preparing our life for the arrival of our new baby boy. On the 11th of May 2022 at 11:11 AM, we were blessed with the birth of our son. He was perfect. We instantly felt love like we'd never experienced before, and our family of 4 we've always dreamed of was finally complete. We had the most magical first 8 months with Teddy, experienced all that life had to offer. Then, on the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML Leukaemia.
Do not take life for granted.
We spent the next 6 months, 184 days to be exact, at Great Ormond Street Hospital. He endured 2 rounds of chemotherapy, a full bone marrow transplant, in hope that this would save our son's life. It was important to us that we documented every part of his journey to raise awareness and give childhood cancer the exposure it deserves. After riding the hellish and unpredictable storm, Teddy made it to the end of his treatment and rang that bell. You are joining us now in our next chapter of this journey at home at Bridge HQ, as we try to rebuild our life and continue to spread awareness about what it's like to have a child post-cancer and transplant, in hope that this second chance at life we've been given is forever. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell as we document our life as the Bridge family.
So we are back up here at Great Ormond Street Hospital for his clinic appointment and his research cells. Hopefully it all goes straight forward, no spike in the fevers, and we can get back in that car and head home. But yeah, it was kind of makes us a little bit nervous coming back to Gosh, just because it's old territory, old memories. So fingers crossed, all straightforward.
To say this walk to the hospital sent shivers down my spine would be an understatement. Even though it was our home for the last 6 months, you'd think it'd get better. I'd love to say it gets easier, but it doesn't.
So we are here as an outpatient on Safari Ward in Great Ormond Street Hospital, and we're not used to having these communal beds. Like, there's 4 beds in a room. We're used to having our own bed in our own room, but because he's an outpatient now, he doesn't get that privilege because he has an immune system, small one, but he has an immune system. So yeah, we've just changed his NG tube sticker because that was peeling back and destined to come out again. So myself and Katie did that, and we're just waiting for our consultant to come. And then that should hopefully be all good and tell us a plan going forward, whether we're going to reduce his meds or change his meds or just have a general listen to how he's doing. And then from there, we then have our research cells, which once again is a 3-minute push of the medication, then an hour's worth of observations after, just to double check that he isn't going to spike a fever or a temperature or anything like that. Hopefully all will be plain sailing. Fingers crossed we're back on the road to head back to the countryside in the next few hours.
Teddy's oxygen saturation levels were low and his chest seemed congested, so we were trying to give him a nebulizer to loosen up any secretions.
So this day isn't as quick as we thought it was going to be, so unfortunately we are still here. Kate is down with Teddy having a chest x-ray because his chest was all congested, so our consultant wanted to double check that. After that, we need to wait around and see what the results of that are, and our consultant wants to look at them to check that they're okay and there's nothing untoward. Then after that, we've got to have an MPA, which is a mucus suction from his nose, and then if all is well, we might be able to go home. But the cells are now done, which we were umming and ahhing whether he was going to spike a fever because his temperature was up in the 37s. But touch wood, that's all good. But yeah, it's put a lot in perspective today coming up here and just seeing how sometimes the hospital can let you down in terms of the timings and things like that, and it's just horrendous being back here. So if we do manage to get home tonight, then it'll be very much appreciated. And yeah, it's just a little reminder of how serious everything is we are going through, and it doesn't end now we've left hospital. It's ongoing.
Now we just had to sit and wait patiently for the X-ray results.
Yeah.
So I think there is just some gunk in there that needs to come out, and I think it would be better to do a course of antibiotics.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I can prescribe the antibiotics now.
Last one standing. What a nightmare. But hopefully, fingers crossed, just an MPA. Pick up the new meds and home, and then we'll be home by 2-3 hours time. Fingers crossed. Hey Teds, but you've been a superstar as always. Finally left Safari, and then we've got to go downstairs, collect some meds, blah 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 blah. What a palaver, but we finally, 4 leaving the hospital. So we finally got back to the car, and our consultant told us that we had to wait for the medications that we got told that we could be prescribed in our local, so now we've got to wait for another half an hour to 45 minutes to have the medication prescribed and from the pharmacy here. So we are literally just sitting here waiting into the evening now until our medicine was prescribed. It just goes on and on and on. It really does. But I guess the main thing is that he gets the medication he needs, and that is the priority. So we wait. We have a bump in the road on this everlasting journey. On the flip side, at least we're going home. It could be worse. We could be staying in for 48 hours if we spiked a fever. At some stage, we will get home tonight. Yeah, all be together at home. So that's all that matters, really. So this boy has been absolutely faultless all day. He's been so patient with everyone. He hasn't had hot food all day. He's had a couple of little snacks. Other than that, it's just tube feed and milk. What a dream. What a journey, what a time. And even more importantly, our crocs have turned up.
Get the child.
Get the child.
We finally made it home with some bedtime reading. It was time for bed after a long, mentally draining day. We started our next morning with an early morning family dog walk to clear our hospital heads.
Comfy.
Then it was time for a home-cooked slow cooker meal ready for tonight's dinner.
You cleaning your dummy? Bop. And the carpet. Is that nice?
Give them a sniff. What do they smell like?
Oh, does the elephant smell? You gonna smell the rabbit? Tez, find Daddy your square. Is that your square? Good boy. Can you find Daddy your circle? It's like a game of fetch with a child. You find your circle? Good boy. Can you find Daddy your horse? Yeah, good boy. And just for the record, eyebrows still looking on fleek. So I do Teddy's morning meds. Teddy creates carnage. Shock. We're struggling in a minute with Teddy sleeping. It is all over the shop, and he hasn't wanted to go down without contact for a while now. Bear in mind, before diagnosis, we used to put him in his cot, not asleep. He's take himself to sleep 12 hours straight through, dream child, and wake up 12 hours later. Whereas now, we put him down at 6:37, and he's fine going down, and then it's a who knows sort of situation when he wakes up, and it's usually for an hour to 2 hours at a time, and just doesn't want to be put down, just wants that contact. So something needs to change. I'm kind of trying to find a balance whether we actually need to change that and just acknowledge what he's been through for the last 6 months, or whether it isn't actually right for him to be doing that, and whether we need to do some sleep training or something like that. So that's something that I'm potentially going to work on in the near future. Other than that, he's doing really, really well. He's 2 days into his antibiotics now because of his chest infection. He's still got a really snotty nose, but his cough seems to have got a little bit better, so fingers crossed those antibiotics are working. For now, we're just going to keep enjoying the last few days we've got off altogether, because as of Monday, both myself and Katie go back to work. I'm going back full-time as a PT, but only doing them in the mornings, anywhere from 5 in the morning till 10 a.m. Then back to look after Ted all day, and then Kate is going back to work 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. Then every week it goes up by 2 hours, so it'll be 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, until she's back full-time. Something else to add as well is that due to Teddy having this chest infection, situations like this is very triggering, because that's exactly what our situation was before Teddy got diagnosed, was that he had a chest infection which got worse and turned into pneumonia, which is what provoked the extra blood tests finding out he had leukemia. I think it's really important to speak about this in terms of post-transplant, because we've had his diagnosis, we've had his treatment, and now we're in recovery, which hopefully will be forever. But it doesn't mean to say that these little snippets of scenarios, such as getting his first chest infection or getting his first chicken pox or whatever, isn't going to trigger these horrendous feelings that he's going to relapse. And God forbid that he does. But it doesn't make it any easier. And any oncology parent that's been through this with their child will know what I'm talking about, because there is certain scenarios that remind you of those times that you got told he had cancer and what those situations were like. It can be very, very triggering. Certainly something that we're both struggling with now. And also something else to add as well is that myself and Katie have noticed that in our relationship and as our kind of roles as parents, the pressures have actually got worse since being out of hospital. Because I think when you're in hospital with your child going through transplant or going through any sort of treatment, you have your barriers so high and your priorities as just 100% on the child, that anything that happens between you and your wife or husband doesn't matter. You park that stuff because your child is the priority. So we're really, really strong, and we're pretty much faultless throughout the whole transplant. Since coming home, so many more tests have been thrown at us purely because we're back in our normal lives and we both have an opinion and we both have a reason to want to do things certain ways, which neither of us are wrong. Neither of us are wrong at all. But you think it would be all sunshine and roses coming home, because we're back to our life with the Bridges, back at our home. But unfortunately, sometimes it's not the case, because the barriers start to come down and all those emotions that you've cooped up for so long start to rear their head. This isn't a message to say that we are in a bad place at all, because we're not. We're just have had to face with some of the real truths of what it's like post-transplant in terms of the emotions that we deal with a child with cancer. And that is one of them. That is something that can be worked on. And if parents out there, they're also going through the same thing with their children and in their relationship, time helps. On that note, Kate's actually ringing me, so I've got to answer it. That's another prime example how things change after transplant. Any phone call that comes through, you think it's the worst. All Kate rang me was to tell me to delay my sister coming round because Ted's about to have a nap. I thought she was going to say spike a fever, which would mean 48 hours in hospital, but it wasn't. So going back to where I was, any parents that are out there struggling, whether you've got a child with cancer or had a child with cancer or not, just in a normal relationship, give each other time, give each other space, listen to each other. Things don't always need to be sorted out there and then. And it's just something that we're learning on a day-to-day basis of all these different added pressures and struggles that we're going through, is that it will be okay. You just got to give it time. Be kind to each other. And the pressures that we're facing and have faced could have broke a lot of people, you know, and it's important to recognise. So that's my message out there. I'm going to stop waffling now and enjoy my walk. Roll on Friday. earth? Ted, you're going to be standing soon, mate. Today we've got my brother and his wife coming round. Haven't seen Teddy since we've been back, so we're having pizzas tonight. So I'm just going to clear up the patio. I always forget the leaves underneath those bloody chairs. Time to do that. Time to make some pizzas, Ted. One last man job to do. That's to cut the lawn. There's always one more job. Washing line. Now, it's time for a beer. Nice fresh cold one, homemade. Oh, party trick. I haven't really got a party trick, but I can make a beer disappear in a very short amount of time. Well deserved. So we've got the pizza dough proving in the kitchen, garden set up. Just need to enjoy and make some pizzas now. Happy Saturday. Teddy, you in the big boy bath? I'm here. Nothing but a towel holder. Bedtime. Ted, you look like a big banana. Bananas in pajamas are running down the stairs. What's this? Bowl. A bowl. And what do you look like? A nana. You ready for bed? After another lovely day. I love you, mate. I'm so proud of you. Look at your bed, all made up like a big boy. And a big boy bath. And now you got a big boy bed with your duvet and your pillow.
With the cup in bed, it was time to make up the pizzas.
Did you not know that your daddy was a duck? So we are out and we are cub free. We are, my mum is at home looking after him for a few hours whilst myself, Casey and Willow get out for a nice walk, and we're going to stop off for a pub lunch. Just a bit of us time without having to worry about Teddy. Perfect Sunday activity. Nice little walk done. Time for a pub lunch.
Yum, yum.
After a lovely morning, we were finally reunited with the cub and went for an evening stroll for some fresh air.
Boo. So some of you may know that obviously one of the things we're struggling with at the minute is Teddy's sleeping. I kind of mentioned it about how we were just kind of that fine line about appreciating everything that he's been through, but also trying not to build too much of a rod for our own back by letting him sleep in our bed too much. Tomorrow's a big day for us both because we both go back to work. Going forward, we want to try and rectify the sleep pattern that Teddy is doing. So tonight we're actually going to try something called sleep training, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard before. It's apparently meant to be a rough 5 to down asleep, so you're meant to put them in their cot drowsy, leave the room, put a 60-second timer on, and then you go back in the room and basically soothe them vocally. Don't ever pick them up. Shouldn't be in the room for longer than 60 seconds, and then you exit the room again and then leave for 2 minutes, and it carries on going 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and hopefully they should A, get to the stage where they become too tired and then fall asleep, but B, just understand how to actually soothe themselves rather than rely on us to kind of comfort them physically to bed. So that's the concept, and we've tried loads of things at the minute. So we even had to opt for a pram at one time in the middle of the night. So there's no longevity to it. So we're going to give it a go. It's going to be tough because he's just going to cry, and that's something that triggers me beyond belief because we had so much crying in the hospital. So I'm going to struggle with it. Whenever my natural reactions, as soon as I see him to cry, is I just need to get up and help him. This is for the greater good of all of us. So we're going to have to stay strong, and fingers crossed it works. We shall keep you updated. But anybody that's done sleep training in the past and has had success or not had success from it, pop your comments below. I'd be really interested to see if anyone else has done it and if they had success doing it. So yeah, we shall see. It's worth a go, and don't knock it till you tried it.
You're doing such a good job, buddy.
So, little update, we got to minute 8 and we think he's taken himself to bed. He wasn't really crying a huge amount, he was just shouting, which is really tugging Kate's heartstrings. He was just shouting mama. He literally just got to the stage where he just stopped and sat up and was just like crawled to the other end of his bed and gave up and has gone to sleep. So that's incredible. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Kate's going to wait up there till 10 minutes and then put the duvet back over him. But almost makes you emotional, like what a little hero. Go on, Teddy B. So I am up. It is 4:45 in the morning, and today's a big day for me. It is the day that we go back to work. I'm heading down to the gym. Am I apprehensive? Yes. Am I nervous? Yes. Am I scared? Yes. But you're stepping out of that comfort zone, which is where life starts. And the minute you break those barriers down, the minute that kind of anxiety and everything else that's worrying you beforehand just starts to reduce, and it isn't as scary as you potentially thought. So I'm going to hit it head on. We have been through much harder stuff than this. Hopefully in the next few hours I'll be returning back home after my clients, feeling a lot less weight on my shoulders. But it's just a message out there for anyone else that is struggling with anxiety or apprehension. Just kind of grit your teeth. As long as you can see the next step, that's all you need to take.
With my first morning back at work being a success, we took Teddy out for an afternoon in the park.
Ready, steady.
Give it a castle! Go thumbs up! Castle, you're a dirty rascal. Rumour has it you slept through the night till 4:45 last night. Is that true? True? This sleep training's working a trick for you, isn't it? Once again, giving you a task and you've absolutely smashed it. What a lovely day, Teds. Today is a good day. So have a good day. Super Ted. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Say pancakes for breakfast early in the morning. So proud of you, mate. You're sleeping and getting so good. And you'll benefit from it too. Would you like some more? More pancake. Pancake. Good boy. So I've made a pact with Teddy that we need to listen to Disney every morning until we get rid of Cocomelon, Miss Rachel, all of these horrendous things. And we're actually forced to have to drive to Paris to take him to Disney because there's no other option because he's obsessed with it. So therefore we shall. Hey Google, turn up to volume 60. Show in your eyes. Ready, Ted? Take you wonder by wonder, feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless night in the sky. Oh, like a shooting star, come so far to yeah, no, they haven't. Okay? The seaweed is always greener. It's a bit misty. Some wonderful things are around. Under the sea, down where it's wetter, where it's wetter, take it from me. Stay simple. What a way to interrupt breakfast. I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. What can I say except you're welcome?
Do you want to build a snowman? We used to be best buddies, now we're not. I wish you could tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman?
We'll have to build a snowman.
Okay, bye. All my life has been a series of doors in my face. And then suddenly I bumped into you.
I was thinking the same thing.
And maybe it's a party talking or a chocolate fondue. But with you, I see your face. And it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love's an open door.
Oh, well, blow me down, Ted. This one is a banger.
So stop your crying and we'll be alright. Just take my hand and we will be in time.
You do realise this is all practice for Disney, right? I haven't heard you sing one lyric. Come on, it's practice time, okay? No more Miss Rachel, no more Cocomelon, no more Shark. It's Disney from here on out.
With the Disney seed well and truly planted, it was time to actually get some jobs done before I find myself firmly in the doghouse.
Teddy, hello.
Where's Daddy?
You meant to go through the tunnel. Are you in your tent? Hey, got your ball. Oh. Oh my God, Ted. Wow, Ted, what a bubbly head you have. Good colouring, mate. Even outside our tent, we're colouring. So, as you can see, we are having bath time. But Teddy's been really wheezy today, and I feel like his breathing rate's up. I don't think it's worth calling a hospital, but also in hospital they would usually give him a nebulizer to try and release some of the kind of secretions on his chest. So I'm running a really, really hot shower, and as you can see, it's super steamy in here. So I'm hoping the steam will kind of help alleviate some of his kind of secretions on his chest and kind of act like a little bit of a nebulizer, because I'm not panicked, but it doesn't lay right with me. So hopefully we can just loosen some up, but we shall see. But loves his bath time, bless him, and he's in his big boy bath now, so what a champ. Steam rises, right? The big deep breaths. Especially when you're brushing my teeth, when you're brushing your teeth. When you need to do big deep breaths. Fill those lungs up with some of this hot, sweaty steam. Are you brushing your teeth like a big clever boy? You clever boy. I've just got to say, I doubted this whole sleep training thing. I cannot believe it. We chucked something else at Teddy and he just deals with it so well. And the first night of this sleep training was tough. Ever since then, he's just learned how to take himself to bed. And they say it takes 5 to 7 days. Today, I fed him his milk, and because he'd had so much sweet potato, his tummy was full, so he barely had any milk. Gave him like whatever milk he wanted, waited until he got drowsy, and then literally put him down. Within 1 minute 17 seconds he'd taken himself to sleep. He then woke up a couple of times, sat up for 20 seconds, cried a little bit, then put his head back down on the pillow. And he'd done that twice or 3 times, and then he's taken himself to bed. We used to spend hours rocking him to sleep, and all within 15-20 minutes he's taken himself to sleep with no soothing whatsoever. Milk, still awake, in bed, asleep. Genius. But more to the point, I am so proud of him. Like, it's amazing. And I've just done his breaths per minute, and now he's relaxed in his sleep. He's very still snotty, but it was like 35 in a minute, which is well within range. So nerves have settled for that bit. Definitely going to keep an eye on it. But yeah, absolute trooper. My dream of a son strikes again. Go on, Teddy B.
With the Bridge family all snoozing well, it was perfect time to end this video. We hope this video helps share some of the honest, real struggles that us as the parents and family are navigating through life post-transplant. Don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and as always, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised.